Hello, dear students. Welcome back to the online learning process. Today, in this class, we will discuss about two important reactions. One is the aldol condensation. The other one is canizaros reaction. Aldol condensation, aldol is not the name of the scientist; it is the name of the product formed. Whereas in canizaros reaction, canizaro is the name of the scientist. So let us start with aldol condensation. What do you mean by aldol condensation? It is a reaction in which two aldehyde molecules or two ketone molecules which do not which contain alpha hydrogen atom. Two aldehyde molecules or ketones which contain at least one alpha hydrogen. They undergo reaction in presence of an acid or a base to form the product called aldol. For aldehydes, the product called aldol. But in general, the product is called as beta hydroxy carbonyl compound, which on dehydration gives enol formation. So this reaction is called as aldol condensation. I repeat, aldehydes or ketones which contain alpha hydrogen atom. ಇದು ಅಲ್ಪ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಅಟಮ್ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಅಟಮ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಅಟಮ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಅಲ್ಪ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಅಟಮ್ ಇರುವಂತ aldehydes ಮತ್ತು ketones in presence of an acid or a base undergo self condensation to form the aldol, and then which on dehydration gives the carbonyl compound. The first part is called as addition, second part is the removal of the water, and overall reaction is called as aldol condensation. You can take an example of the acetaldehyde. Total acetaldehyde again. So this is carbonyl carbon, and this carbon atom is nothing but it is the alpha carbon atom. This alpha carbon atom is one H, ಮೂರು H ಇರಲಿ, at least one H is sufficient. Such aldehydes undergo self condensation to form the beta hydroxy aldehyde. General name, the actual name is 3-hydroxy butanol for acetaldehyde. So this reaction is called as addition reaction. On removal of the water here, okay, when minus H2O, it gives the alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound. That is enol. En andre double bond to all andre aldehyde. Okay, so this is an example for aldol condensation. Let us see the mechanism. As I mentioned, the reaction takes place in both basic medium as well as in acidic medium. Therefore, we will see both the mechanisms. In basic medium, what happens? The base will first remove the proton, okay, and forms the carboxylate, that is enolate anion. Enolate anion is formed here. This CH2 minus, okay, it resonance stabilized, and this is the enolate anion. I am explaining the mechanism by taking this acetaldehyde CH3CHO. You can take any general example also. So removal of the proton by the base to form the enolate anion is the first step. This enolate anion, it is negative here. So this enolate ion is attacks directly on the carbonyl carbon of the another aldehyde and forms the aldol. So this is aldol formation with the protonation from the solvent itself. So O minus ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. That O minus will take the proton from the solvent during workup process and forms the aldol. So this is what is aldol. This aldol or removal of the water molecule, it forms the alpha beta unsaturated hydroxy compound. This H ಮತ್ತು ಈ OH ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಫಾ ಬೀಟಾ ಅನ್ಸ್ಯಾಚುರೇಟೆಡ್ ಕಾರ್ಬೋನಿಲ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಇನ್ acidic medium ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, only difference is in acidic medium H plus reaction takes place. So this protonation takes place on the oxygen. It forms OH, okay, and then it leads to the formation of enol. Okay, addition ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಸ್ H ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ H ಪ್ಲಸ್, ಇದು ಪ್ಲಸ್ H ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮೈನಸ್ H ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ದಿ enol. The enol formed, okay, will attack on the carbonyl carbon, act as a nucleophile, attack on the carbonyl carbon, followed by protonation. It gives the aldol. Aldol formation takes place. H plus attacks on the oxygen, then the enol formed will attack on the another aldehyde carbonyl carbon to form the aldol. This is in acidic medium. Now let us see what is canizaros reaction. Canizaros reaction is here. It's a reaction between aldehydes which do not contain alpha hydrogen atom. They undergo self-oxidation and reduction. Okay, to form, this is called a disproportionation reaction. Self-oxidation ಮತ್ತು reduction reaction ಏನು ಕರೀತಾರೆ disproportionation reaction. When it happens only when it is heated with concentrated alkali. Okay, NaOH. Heat ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗೆಡ್ತಿ ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಾರ್ಬಾಕ್ಸಿಲೇಟ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಅಯಾನ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಆಗಿದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ದಿ corresponding benzoic acid. So this is for benzaldehyde, which is the one of the aldehyde which does not contain any alpha hydrogen or really alpha hydrogen ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. So such compounds which do not contain alpha hydrogen, aldol combinations they must contain at least one alpha hydrogen. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ವಿದೌಟ್ alpha hydrogen ಗೆ ಒಂದು benzaldehyde ಇನ್ನೊಂದು formaldehyde. So these are the two examples. Okay, they undergo reaction to form alcohol and acid. Which is the mechanism of this reaction? It takes place in 3 important steps. First step is the base is present, strong base that attacks on the carbonyl carbon of the aldehyde, which contains the alpha hydrogen, which does not contain alpha hydrogen. Carbonyl carbon mele attack agutte, so it forms the dianion. There will be a formation of dianion. So this dianion, it transfers its H as H minus. No really difference about that. This H will go as H minus. ಹೈಡ್ರೈಡ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ಈ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಈಗ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಈ ಕಡೆ ತೋರಿಸಿದಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇರೋಂಥ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸು ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಟು ದಿ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ H ಬಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ CH ಬಾಂಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಡ್. ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೈಡ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿಸ್ dianion and it forms the alkoxide ion and this is carboxylate ion. Okay, so the alkoxide ion, it takes a proton from the water and forms the alcohol. Carboxylate ion on acidification, okay, it takes the proton and forms the carboxylic acid. Again, I repeat once again. In first step is the attack of the hydroxide ion from the base to form the dianion. The dianion transfer its hydride ion H minus to the aldehyde to form the alkoxide and carboxylate anion. Alkoxide anion takes the proton from the solvent and forms alcohol. Carboxylate anion takes the proton from the acid because carboxylate ion is not less acidic than water, so we need to add acid, strong acid, to make it as a carboxylic acid. It takes the proton from the acid and forms the carboxylic acid. So this is how the aldehyde molecules are converted to alcohol and carboxylic acid in presence of strong alkali. So this is the mechanism of canizaros reaction. Okay, thank you.